Hello, Rosalia from Burlington. I think that's how you pronounce it. Or is it Rosalia? Anyway, this is Matthew here with I can't do it like you can. FreePrescriptionLenses.com. I think that's how I pronounce it. I'm not sure either. But anyway, let's get down to business. Today I'm going to cut for you prescription lenses with anti-glare for your Rayban 5228 color 5014, which is the black with the white textured red on the inside in the 53 eye size. Let me take everything out of the original packaging as Rayban sends it to me. Your black leather Rayban case, your Rayban cleaning cloth, and the star of the show, the main attraction. Of course, it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the left temple to protect the temples from rubbing together during shipping. And of course, I'm going to put that on there for you when I ship to you. But this is one of their best-selling frames. This is my personal favorite color. It is of course, the Rayban 5228 color 5014 in the 53 eye size. But you can see it is the shiny black with the textured white on the inside, and it says Rayban all throughout the frame, all the way around the inside of it. So let's go ahead and get down to business. I'm going to take out the demo lenses, one of which it says Rayban. I'm going to pop these out, and I'm going to put it into the tracing element of the edger and hit this green circle to start. Everyone wants to know, how does the computer know what shape lens to cut? This is why a little stylus pops up and it goes around and traces the shape of the right lens before moving over and doing the same thing on the left. Here at FreePrescriptionLenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Rayban frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. In just a moment, your shape's going to pop up there. Of course, my receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Rosalia, I'm sorry, I just love saying it that way. I'm afraid I've always been a bit of an ass. But anyway, let's go ahead and put in your pupillary distance. It's just 28.5 in each eye. The computer starts at 32.5. I'm going to hit this little minus button a few times. It's going to go down in 0.5 millimeter increments until we end up with 28.5. Now, you're the same in the right eye. We'll get to that in a moment, but let's go ahead and get your lenses prepped. I'm going to come down here. Your right eye reads -2 1/4, -1/4 at 159. -2 1/4, -1/4 at 159. Let's turn the axis wheel to 159. I'm going to put the power drum on -2. I'm going to take your lens out of the protective sleeve, put it into my Marco 101 lensometer. I'm sorry, 2 1/4. Put the power drum on 2 1/4. Rotate your lens until the spherical component comes in clearly. Find the optical center of the lens. Rotate. Check your astigmatism correction. That's lined up perfectly, and I'll explain what that means in a little bit. Now I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses, which are too light for you to see, so I will darken them. Uno, dos, ocho. And I'm going to put an R on here for right. I just didn't know there's going to be so much math involved with my job. So -175, -50 at 28. We're going to spin the axis wheel to 28. We're going to take it out of the protective sleeve, put the power drum on -175. Put the lens in, rotate until the spherical component comes in clearly. Find the optical center of the lens. Check your astigmatism correction. That lines up perfectly. Put 3 more dots on there. Uno, dos, once. I don't know how many problems I have because math is one of them. So again, if you missed any of this, let me put an L on here for not right, which is just like me. If you missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, bad jokes there. You'll get plenty more bad jokes. Free bad jokes with every pair of glasses made. So I'm gonna go ahead and put your right lens on the platform. This is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting. This is what's going to hold it in place in the lathe. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got 2 up here. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to place 1 sticker on that one, throw that up there on the platform, grab the other one, put the sticker on there. Now on the back is a little silver button. That is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice today. I'm going to peel the paper away to make this side sticky again, but this magnet is going to get married to the magnet in this arm, and it's going to hold it in there. Now the reason why I put the 3 dots on there is it tells me which way your lens is oriented in there. Now this blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. If you were to measure vertically and horizontally, the exact dead center would be right there in the center. Imagine that. Well, your right eye is just inset in there inside this orange graph, just like the crosshairs of a scope measure vertically and horizontally. And I'm going to put that dot in the center, being the optical center, and these other two dots tell me that it's lined up perfectly. I'm going to hit that button, and now the block is going to be applied to your right lens. Let's do the same thing now for your left lens. Pull the paper away to make the black size sticky. Put the magnet in there. Now I don't have to do anything. Your pupillary distance is automatically lined up for your left eye. I'm just going to get everything lined up perfectly in the optical center. Those other two dots are on the graph showing me it's in there straight and not crooked at all. Hit this button again, and now the block is going to be applied to your left lens. So this is the edger. This is what costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out and buy their own. Then they can cut their own glasses at home, and you won't need this guy anymore. So the actual cutting wheel is over here on the far right. It acts like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center with that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So now the magnet is going to do its job a second time. It's going to hold it in place into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know the machine well enough to call it chuck. But I'm going to wake up the computer. Where's my stylus? I am going to, these are polycarbonate lenses. I do not want to polish the lens. I do not want to put a bevel on the front surface, the convex surface of the lens. I only want to put a safety bevel, smooth out the rear surface, the concave surface of the lens. I'm going to hit that green button, which is start in every language. The door closes, the clamp shuts, and then the lens is going to be traced by two white styluses, making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. It's measuring the shape of the lens that's going to be cut. That is the shape, and of course the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Essentially putting the lens in the center of the frame. So the cutting wheel has moved into place. If you see light flickering in the background, that is water running. It is only there to catch the optical sawdust. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, plastic and high index plastic cut wet. You'll see water splashing on those when I cut them. So the lens is beginning to touch down on the cutting wheel. Now your lenses are made out of polycarbonate. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. Your lens is bulletproof up to 22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes that will never need to be reapplied, unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that you have to reapply whenever you're in direct exposure to the sun. Now the other nice thing about your lenses, they are aspheric. Aspheric simply means not spherical. A spherical lens is round in every direction like a basketball. So follow me here. Not only are your lenses thinner and lighter weight, but the front curvature of the lens is much flatter than a spherical lens. Aspheric lenses fit in today's flatter curvature frames than they did in years past. Now when you buy glasses from someone online, they charge you for the prescription. That's no bueno. Then if you want to upgrade to the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable, bulletproof lenses, they charge you another fee for that. Again, no bueno. And then when you want the aspheric, flatter curvature frames to give you the best cosmetic appearance possible, they charge you a third fee for that, which is triple no bueno. You get that for free simply by buying the frame from me. You're going to get the highest quality lens out there just for buying the frame. Now the other nice thing that you get for free, now the one thing you did pay for, the anti-glare coating. It is 3 features in one. Anti-glare eliminates glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights. The other feature, it's 3 features in one. The second feature, it's an anti-reflection lens. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their own reflection in your glasses. It's making for much better eye contact. Of course, the real reason people get it, if you take selfies or someone takes a picture with a flash, you don't see the flash lit up in your lens. They're going to see just your eyes. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, is it comes with the industry's hardest scratch protection, because the machine that applies the anti-glare coating costs well over $1 million. It takes over 24 hours to vaporize 7 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense that it takes to apply the coating, they put on the industry's best scratch protection that you get for free simply by purchasing the upgrade. Now in just a moment this door will open. I'll take the lens out and we'll see if it fits into the frame first time around. I will open this door with my mind. You like that? I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I can. It just takes a couple hours, but I can do it. Come on, y'all. Don't you believe me? So, okay, I'm going to use my thumbnail to make sure that there's no optical debris around the edge of your lens, of which I found a little bit right there. Can you see it as it falls? Let it fall onto the floor. And I remind kids that I went to school for years to learn how to make a mess like this. So kids, if you want to grow up and make a mess, you gotta stay in school. So let's see if the lens fits. I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, I push it into the nose and it snaps right in. I see another little piece of optical sawdust. Let me get that off. I am a perfectionist when it comes to cutting these lenses. You want someone like me, I cut every pair of lenses right here in this lab that gets shipped worldwide. So I'm going to make sure that they are perfect before they leave this lab. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the left lens. I'm going to flip that over to L. Put that into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. And I'm going to hit the green button. The door is going to close. Again, the clamp is going to shut. The lens is going to be traced to make sure, the machine's just making sure that the lens is large enough to fit into this frame. Of course, it's not a gigantuan frame, but it does this every time. You can see as it's going around tracing that shape. And as always, measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel. So you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, and of course you have no edge thickness whatsoever with your prescription in this frame. So now that that's cutting, let's come back down here. We're going to inspect your lens. I'm going to go ahead and take that block off. Let's grab your prescription, come back down here. Now your right eye reads -2 1/4, -1/4 at 159. I'm going to spin the axis wheel back to 159. I'm going to put your lens in just above that red dot, which is your optical center. I'm going to spin the power wheel, and we are at -2 1/4, 1 tick mark past 2. Now, the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. It starts at 0 and goes up from there, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on up to 2 1/4. So you need 9 steps of correction for your farsightedness. You are nearsighted. Without your glasses on, you can see great up close, but whatever you can't get your hands on, it starts to get blurry. So you need 9 steps of correction for your farsightedness. Now, you only need 1 step of correction for your astigmatism. Now pay attention here, Rosalia. There is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. That is it. It is not a disease. It is not an affliction. It fluctuates, it comes and goes. Astigmatism is what makes 6s and 8s, or the letters P and F, E and F look alike. So think of it as the fine-tune knob, and we're going to turn that knob to 159. A straight line is from 0 to 90 to 180. So a straight line is essentially 180. We're going to turn that knob to 159. We're going to go past the 90. We're going to stop short of the 180. Now your left eye is weaker by 2 steps. You only need 7 steps of correction for your farsightedness, but you need an additional 1 step, so 2 steps of astigmatism correction for your left eye. We're going to turn that knob to 28. So we're just going to turn here. Now these first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180 and really doesn't mean much to anyone other than me. And of course, these numbers probably don't mean much to you anyway. But you do get the Rayban 5228 in color 5014, again, which is the shiny black with the white textured red Rayban writing on the inside of the frame in the 53 eye size. The frame sells for $180 with 1 free pair of clear prescription lenses, and you paid for the $40 upgrade to the anti-reflective coating, so your total price was $220. Oh, but I forgot to check your astigmatism correction. So we're at 2 1/4 now, -2 1/4. So let's check your astigmatism correction, and we're at -250, exactly halfway between 2 and 3. So do you remember high school algebra where you add two like signs together? Well, good for you if you do remember, because I don't. So let's use today's terms. If you had loaned someone $2.25 and then they borrowed another 25 cents, they would owe you $2.50. That's where we're at, $2.50 in the red. So the final component of yours will be 2 1/4. We're starting at 175 and adding 50, we get 2 1/4 there. Rosalia, I want you to open this door with your mind. Hey, pretty good. That was short notice, and your first day on the job, you got it right. So let's go ahead and take this out. Can you melt ice with your mind too? I bet you can. I bet you really, really can. So again, I'm gonna use my thumbnail to scrape away any of this optical debris. Schwarf, as it's known in the business. I'm gonna let it fall onto the counter. And once it's on the counter, I carefully collect it neatly into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Why? Because the clown gets to have fun while he's at work too. All right, whoa, here it is. I lost your frame. There it is. Ha ha. I knew it couldn't be far. So let's go ahead and tuck your left lens in at the outside corner. Using my thumbs, I press down at the nose. It snaps in perfectly. Go ahead and take the block off. Let's come back down here. I'm going to put it in just above this red dot. I'm going to turn your fine tune knob to 28. Where's 28? There it is, right before 30. Let's check the power there. I'm getting, better be minus 175. Minus 175, one tick mark away from 2 steps of astigmatism correction, and we're getting 2 1/4. So essentially what you have is 2 curvatures on your eyes. For your left eye, you have one curvature that measures minus 175 going this way, and then your astigmatism correction is 2 steps going this way, and that 28 is how we line up those curves so that everything is nice and crisp. So that's that. Let me take this out. Now your pupillary distance, 28.5 times 2 is 57. I'm going to turn this card around. I'm going to place the 0 on my thumb against the red dot, and then when we measure on the left lens, we're getting 57 millimeters, so that is made perfectly too. Now this is the point in every video that as I clean your lenses, I explain that when I ship these to you, and of course free shipping anywhere in the US, but when I ship these to you, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That is because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and I'm no different, and I'll show you in just a moment. But for now, I'm going to get these in standard alignment, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take off mine, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. For those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Rayban 2132 New Wayfarer in the 52 eye size in the color 6144. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing, yo. Alright, flip these back over, press down, there is no wobble. I close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, and they're not askew in any way like that. I'm going to check the tension on each hinge. Oh, you know what? Where are they at? Where are they at? I need to get you a cleaning cloth. I'm going to get you a pink one. You're going to receive your Rayban cleaning cloth in the case, but I'm also going to give you one of my premium microfiber cleaning cloths that says freeprescriptionlenses.com. You can scan it with a smartphone, and it'll take you right to my website. But I make sure that every one of these cloths is working perfect. I field test every one before I ship to you. Now, you're also going to get instructions not only on how to care for your glasses and lenses, but for your case and your Rayban cleaning cloth as well as mine, so they will last you for years. No other seller on the internet does that, I am told. I also include a selfie request to have your picture on the website. Rosalia, I would love to have your picture on the website. Of course, Rosalia is from Burlington, but she works at the Buckhorn Country Club and Estates Mall Convention Center, Fantasyland, where dreams come true. You know Buckhorn. So that's that. If anyone has any questions, you can contact me through the website, or you can email me simply at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. Rosalia, I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses with anti-glare for your Rayban 5228 color 5014 in the 53 eye size, and everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.